We've never held any of our leaders accountable properly in a measurable form in terms of the demand side of government. The demand side should not be asking for 500 now to vote for somebody or a bag of rice to vote for somebody. This afternoon, I'd like to look at governance, the demand side of governance and the supply side of governance. I believe that governance is of two parts. The people governing are on the supply side of governance, and the people being governed are on the demand side of governance. If they articulate their demand very carefully, then there will be a clarity and accountability and deliverables that they will hold the people governing them to. The people that are governing, when they are campaigning, are very careful to be very obscure about the supply side. So they don't promise anything concrete, but they speak quite a lot. It's the responsibility of the governed to pin down the demand side and hold the people accountable to a few key deliverables, because Rome was not built in a day. Therefore, as you are asking for our votes, tell us exactly what you will deliver, and we will tell you the measure to know whether we've succeeded or not, and then to hold you accountable. So, for instance, if I'm campaigning to say I'll give you better security, better education, better healthcare, that's a vague supply side balance sheet. The demand side will crystallize it and say, great. For security, we want to measure that by how much foreign direct investment is coming in from the date you started, and how much tourism, for instance. And those are clearly measurable. We put a number. So if tourism has gone up by 40% and foreign direct investment has increased by 80%, we both agree that you have delivered on that particular demand heading. On education, we can also agree, what does success look like? Are we going to provide additional education opportunities for 20% more of the population? Are we going to put more tertiary institutions or STEM education institutions? And then we define the number. We could say we want to increase STEM institutions in Nigeria by 40%. We know the number now. At the end of your tenure, we check, have you reached that 40%? And if not, then clearly you have not delivered on that particular demand item. Let's say you also say you are going to reduce unemployment. Nice to say. What does that mean? Well, if we have 23 million people that are of the working age population not employed, how many are you going to provide jobs for? This is measured almost on a weekly basis in America, the unemployment rate. We've never held any of our leaders accountable properly in a measurable form in terms of the demand side of government. The demand side should not be asking for 500 now to vote for somebody or a bag of rice to vote for somebody. The demand side should be concrete, measurable, realistic, achievable, and time-bound, so that at the end of 4 years, we look at the scorecard and determine whether you deserve another term because you met the demand side, or whether we should try somebody new. Let's think about it.